fault is we control what goes into our diamond stock instead of allowing a diamond dealer to send us what he wants us to have. The bottom line is we're able to offer our customers carefully selected, beautiful diamonds that we're proud to have carry the Underwood name.
Underwood, serving excellence since 1928 in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
If your favorite colors are orange and green, stay close to South Beach this season.
Your source for weekly Canes news and nuggets on 1010XL is the Hurricane Report.
Brought to you by Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve on 1010XL.
Get off the ladder and put on the helmet with Gutter Helmet of North Florida. We are family owned and manufactured locally. Cleaning your gutters is a dangerous and dirty job. That's why with Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. Water goes in your gutters while trash and debris go on the ground. It won't collect like filters do. Gutter Helmet protects. Call now for 10% off and a free gutter cleaning and tune-up with your purchase of Gutter Helmet. Call 904-762-7779.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Lauren Brooks for Big Chief Tire. Right now, Big Chief is offering 6-month financing with their CFNA card, plus $50 off your first purchase. With no interest for 6 months, it's the perfect time to take care of your vehicle's needs, whether that's new tires, brakes, or other services. Their skilled technicians are here to help get you back on the road safely and affordably. Visit BigChiefService.com or call 904-932-0950 to apply and take advantage of this great deal. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
At Honda, we appreciate all the comparisons to other vehicles. And no matter how many times they compare their vehicles to a Honda, only a Honda is a Honda. Remember, value, quality, safety, there is no substitute. Visit your local Honda dealer now and experience the difference.
I'm with Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville, and even though you're the place to go for fun, you're also a place to go for generators. People need generators.
And the Honda lineup is amazing. They make the super quiet model, inverter technology, the electricity's super clean. You can have conversations with them. You can back up your whole house with a Honda generator. So we have them in stock, and we're ready to ride.
So you have generators big enough that could run everything in the house.
Absolutely.
Check it out, Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency for generators.
If you're looking for custom metalwork, look no further than Superior Fence and Rail. Whether it's custom railing, shade structures, or custom entry gates, their expert team controls the turnkey process. From CAD design and raw metal to powder-coated finish and expert installation. When you choose Superior Fence and Rail for your custom metal project, you get a project that's, well, superior. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail today.
Clean air, cool air, both are extremely important. Trust Florida Home AC to deliver on both with their Remy Halo, the next generation of air quality technology. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC and breathe clean and cool air.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Mac in the Middle, Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
All right, Tommy Mack in studio here with us. I'm not talking to Dylan. Tony, are we back up on the YouTube stream? It appears we are.
It appears that we are.
All right, yes. Go Revolt. Here we go. We're back up. You can check us out on the YouTube virtual studio. I'm not mad, but I play mad on the radio.
That's right.
You know.
Yeah, you're good at it.
I do. I got a lot of practice.
You're engrossed in your character on the radio. So
I really, Tom, I'm a method guy.
You are.
You're
all in.
I live the role.
You're like Joaquin Phoenix. You know, that kind of actor gets really into the role. You know.
Yeah, I'm going to say no
Christian
now.
Bale,
Joaquin Phoenix. Thank you. Yeah, I'll go Christian Bale.
All right.
That's a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know, I got some bodies stacked up from my American Psycho period. But that was a good one.
Yeah.
Great book. Pretty good movie.
I never watched a movie. I've seen clips. I feel like I've watched movies by these clips that you see, you know? Like Stallone's show. I see these clips all the time. I don't watch
Tulsa King.
Yeah.
That one.
But I see all these clips. I feel like I know the story.
I haven't even seen clips more so than just like commercials for it. And I feel like I know the entire story too. Like I don't need to watch
I'm
this.
enjoying Tulsa King.
Are you?
I am.
I like the clips.
Yeah.
I do, yeah. Yeah, good for Sly, man.
Whatever. Hey, like what you like, you know?
Yeah. That's right, Mike.
I'm too old to care at this point in time what somebody else cares about. Tommy, this week, I mean, you can't get away from it. You know, we haven't had Jan, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm sure you talked about it in your podcast.
Yeah.
Andre Cisco said he saw a lot of quit out there, right? As a player, when you hear that, what is your reaction on a lot of levels? A, the fact that he says it publicly. B, the fact that you look around, do you wonder, is it true? I mean, how does the locker room react to a statement like that?
Well, first of all, you should never air your dirty laundry in public. So that's shame on him. It's emotional. Everybody's upset. We think we're upset, they're upset. Nobody likes to lose. But, look, if you're going to make that comment, then you better damn well be able to stand on your 2 feet and say, you know what, I've been almost perfect this season. I haven't made mistakes. I've made great plays. I'm one of the better players on defense. Look at me. You shouldn't act like that anyway. But if you're going to make a statement like that, you better be like, Andre made a couple plays here and there, but he's had plenty of miscues. He's had plenty of misreads.
Absolutely.
So he doesn't, I don't think he should be standing on any kind of box saying, hey, those guys quitting. Now, in his defense, Mike and Tone, there were guys jogging.
Oh, no doubt.
Lloyd jogging, Hamilton jogging. I saw John Allen. He looked a little tired. Maybe he's a little sluggish. I don't know. But he wasn't going full speed. I felt like, do they run that pursuit drill that they used to make us run every freaking day, like where you're sprinting full speed to wherever the ball is, and they make everybody – it's just like there's none of that. Like, why isn't that implemented? Yeah, you should never loaf. That's a loaf. We used to get crushed for loafs, even in college. I remember my roommate, Jason Pope, came in on a Monday with his cup of Dunkin' Donuts. Coffee wanted to smack it out of his hands. He had 7 loafs in a game. 7. I thought his head was going to pop off. He was so mad that how could you jog on 7 of the plays you're out there? I don't care if the play's away from you. You run your full speed over there. It's a mentality. They don't have it. They don't have it. So I don't know. I don't know. If I were him, sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I wouldn't have said it publicly. I'd have said it in front of my team, and that's it.
And, then you have Doug Peterson following up saying he didn't talk to him about it.
Big mistake.
Right, and then Ryan Nielsen said yesterday we talked to him about it. So who's we? I mean, is it just Ryan and some of the defensive coaches, or was Doug Peterson involved in any of that? But he said, and I heard Dan Hicken talking about this morning. He kind of included himself in it, but what does that mean? Are you saying you quit, or you're that's a weird? I think what he was trying to do is say, I'm willing to point the finger at myself as well when I screw up, but how can you get up there and say we had too much quit, and I'm talking about all of us like that? I don't know. That seems like something that's completely within your control.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Again, it's an emotional time. It's right after the game. I'm sure he's, pretty upset. But again, you just don't do that. And for the head, I mean, whether he addressed it or not publicly or privately, you shouldn't say publicly, no, I haven't really. No, we're good. He's good. It's okay. You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? You should go to him. He should be in your office right away. You should be saying, look, man, we don't air dirty laundry. It's like a family. You don't air your dirty laundry out in public. You keep it in-house. If you think guys are quitting, then let's address that. You address it. You want to go to him individually? Let's go up to their face.
How do you react to that if you're his teammate? Like, you get up there and read him the riot act?
He better be a stud player. I'm scoffing at him. Like, who the hell do you think you are? Who are you to stand on that box? You know what I mean? Now, if I was loafing on plays,
right,
I may feel like he's talking about me. I wasn't a loafer. You're not supposed to loaf, so too many of that.
All right, let's go to the phones for the first time today. Keys to Victory Friday. If you want to share those, or if you have a thought or a question about Jaguar football, 641-1010 on the Garber Automall phone lines. Anthony and Mandarin, you're up first. Go ahead, Anthony.
Hey, guys. Real question for you on the Jamal Adams releasing. Are you guys interested at all in, kicking those tires?
No.
With, you guys were talking earlier about, Darby and some of the
not in the least.
No. Tennessee's not exactly
play corner either.
Right, like in a healthy enough position defensively to be letting a guy go
if he's any good.
Yeah,
he hasn't been good in a while.
It's been a few years since he's been at that kind of level. No, I have no interest.
I mean, people ask these kind of things all the time when a named player gets released, but there's a reason why they're getting released.
Well, he's been on a few different teams as of late.
He's bounced around.
He's bouncing around.
And he's
that
never
means something.
It's been a long time since he's been considered a good cover guy, and that's what they need is
without a doubt
coverage. I think he's more of a kind of an in-the-box safety at this point if you're going to utilize him. And we'll see. I mean, nobody's picked him up yet.
Yeah.
So,
What's the deal on Gibson? Why was he not reinstated? Is there any news on that?
Don't know. We
don't know. I know it's a league thing, but what?
I don't know why the league hadn't done it yet. But that's at their prerogative to do any of that. By the way, Coach speaking this morning from over there in London, giving a couple of updates. He was asked about Etienne and Tyson Campbell, said, I think Etienne is progressing. We still haven't made a decision yet. We're going to get through tomorrow. Could be game time, but he's doing really well. Tyson looks good, had a good week of prep, and again, but just barring any setbacks, he should be cleared and good for the game. We'll make that decision. Both decisions will be Etienne's probably game day. If we make a decision on Tyson, it would have to be tomorrow, just to clarify. So it sounds like they could have both of them, but Etienne sounds game time.
Yeah, I'm betting against Etienne being available, but I don't know. I mean, all hands on deck as far as I'm concerned. It's just hamstrings, man. When you leave a game and can't return because of a hamstring,
it's tough.
So easy to re-aggravate in that short period of time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to be fully healed. I mean, if scar tissue can heal some of it, but man, it's got to be healed.
Right, and you've got Bigsby and you've got Dearness Johnson, and it. Again, I'm not saying they can take any team lightly. All hands on deck if he really is good to go, but I'll be surprised.
With Campbell coming back, do you slide Brown over? Do you keep Darby in? What would you do?
I'd play Brown.
Me too.
He's played better.
All day. I would. I think
physical.
Now, at 1-5, you got to play the guys that are playing the best for you.
Absolutely.
Period.
And he's got a better chance to be a longer-term part of your organization just because of the age.
He's been playing pretty well overall.
I agree. He's
overall.
had some mistakes
Last
as
week
well,
was a little tough,
some coverage busts, but I mean, every corner is going to in today's NFL. Let's go to Levi on the south side next up here on Jaguars Today. Levi, good morning.
Hey, good morning. It sucks that the Jags go further and further back in my mind, get less excited every week, but was there any significance to the benching of Trevor Lawrence last game?
Yeah, game was over, and we're not going to get our starting quarterback hurt. That's really all it boils down to at that point in time. I mean, there's anyone who thinks that there's anything brewing on the Trevor Lawrence front, there is zero brewing on the Trevor Lawrence front. Trevor was not the issue last week.
Let me tell you something right now. If you go to the owner and say, I got to play Mac, there's going to be a problem. I'm telling you right now. That ain't going to happen, nor should it.
Right.
It shouldn't happen, but if it ever did, you'd be like, what are you talking about?
His receivers literally dropped 4 touchdowns last week.
They were right on the money.
Mac Jones has come in mop-up duty a couple of times this year. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. In the first appearance, he had like 6 snaps. He turned it over. Yeah. Right? This one, he took a sack. Yeah. Right? I mean, it's not like Mac Jones come in and shown you even the littlest glimmer of a spark.
Right.
When he's
there's nothing to that. Trevor's trying his best. They're a little off still. It's amazing to me. Like on that hot route to Kirk, you see where Trevor, after he got tackled, he patted the turf and looking at Kirk like, turn around.
Yeah.
Like the guy's blitzing right at me, and you're like, he's right next to you. And he did turn around, but he didn't turn around quick enough. Mm-hmm. And that's the kind of stuff where you can tell, like, there's something not connecting, not clicking with that. Because that should be an automatic. Blitz, turn around, catch.
Yeah.
Save the QB. That's what it's for. You're a hot read.
Well, anyway. You assume you'll catch it. Let's go to Mac on the north side next on Jaguars Today. Good morning, Mac.
Fellas, what's up, Tom?
Hey, Mac.
Hey, this is my thing. I want y'all to see what you guys think on this. I'll say this and then hang up. If we lose to the Patriots, heads are going to roll. And the head that should roll is Trent Baalke. Keep Doug Peterson there. It's only his 3rd season. You got to keep him there. Give him one more year and see what he's going to do. That's just me. What you guys think? And I'm going to hang up and listen. Hey, y'all have a good weekend and go Jags.
I appreciate it, Mac. Look, a couple things. Would I be fine if they fired Trent Baalke? Yes. Mm-hmm. Is it going to make a difference in the middle of the season? Absolutely not. It's not. You're not. There's not this big wave of moves that a GM is going to make that's going to change things at this point in time. And I'm sorry, if the GM goes, they all got to go, as far as I'm concerned. Because what candidate for the job worth a damn wants to come into a situation where he doesn't get to pick his own coach?
Right.
And you get saddled with that guy. So then, does he get to go through the remnants of that? And if it doesn't work out, he gets the, hey, man, I didn't pick the coach, so he gets another few years on top of it. I think it's got to be a clean sweep.
I also think, though, if in my opinion, if you fire Doug, you got to fire Trent.
I would, yes.
Trent should not pick your next head coach.
If the season is going and continues the way it's going,
I'm sorry.
No, nobody disagrees with you.
Yeah.
Not a single
We've been
person
saying
in
it
Jacksonville.
for
you guys have been saying it for a long time.
I
know.
No one disagrees with that sentiment. I mean, look, we got to see how the rest of the season plays out.
Totally.
You know, and by the way, obviously, as we saw in New York, coaches can get fired this early in the season. I'm not saying it's impossible that a change wouldn't be made, but I think the change in season is almost always the coaching staff to see if you can get it worked out. So, okay, see if that can spark them. And then if you do go that route and the interim can't get anything better out of these guys, maybe it's the guys that you've assembled. And at a certain point, Shad Khan will have to say, maybe I should listen to everybody and get rid of Trent Baalke. But I don't think losing to New England is going to precipitate Trent Baalke getting fired in the middle of the season.
No.
I don't even think it's close to happening.
No, it might be a little early, but if it continues, I mean, eventually the owner has to do something, I would think.
Right, but again,
just for
changing the GM in season,
No, I know. I know
it
you're
doesn't really
it's not,
do anything.
I think for me, it wouldn't be for the GM to go out and acquire different. I mean, that eventually would happen. It would be more, and maybe you don't have to fire the GM, but I think it's time that throw out all the politics, throw out where they were drafted, throw out how much money you're paying. Now you got to get the approval by the owner. But I'm playing the best guys, period. I don't care if we redid them. I don't care if you got a lot of money in them. I don't care. I don't care that Eric Armstead wants to play end. He's playing tackle, period. But you got to have everybody on the same page. That's the only thing I would think if you did fire Jim.
Well, I think it should always be like that. Coaches should determine who plays and where they play, period.
He does have the 48, he says, Doug says. But I don't know, man. It's tough, and especially when you're losing. Because, look, both of them are saying, well, it's not me. And Trent's saying, look at all the guys. You, Mr. Owner, you said it was the best.
As it's
not me,
probably
it's
becoming
him.
more and more clear, where did Shad get the idea that this was the most talented roster in franchise history?
We know where.
Right, the guy that put the roster together.
Right.
I mean, that's the most likely culprit. All right, we got to take a time out here. Hop on board 641-1010 on the Garber Automall phone lines. Keys to Victory Friday if you want to get in with those as well on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Chelsea here. Florida homeowners, are your windows working as hard as they should? With Renewal by Anderson, our energy-efficient custom windows and doors help keep the cool air in during those scorching months. That means lower energy bills and a more comfortable home year-round. For the month of October, Renewal by Anderson has a limited time offer. Buy 4 windows and our patio doors and get the 5th one free. Some restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com for all the details. That's bestwindowsflorida.com. License number CGC 1527613.
Hey gang, Prosser here, telling you once again about Chad and Sandy Newman. Mortgage rates are down, creating more active buyers and sellers. If you've been waiting, now is a great time to sell your home before more homes flood the market, driving down prices. So maybe you want guaranteed no-hassle home sale, but don't want to give up hard-earned equity to do it. They can handle that. You see, Chad and Sandy can take every problem you think you have and replace it with a promise. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. The success stories are rolling in. Mike and Lisa in McCormick. We inherited a family home that came with equity but also a mortgage. We needed to sell fast to avoid extra expenses on a second mortgage. We heard about Chad and Sandy on the radio and called. Everything they say on the radio is true. The home sold in 3 days for full asking price. Call Chad and Sandy today, 904-414-6200, or go to chadandsandy.com. That's Chad, ANDSANDY.com.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Hello there. Brendan from Play It Again Sports here to congratulate all the parents for surviving another summer. The kiddos are back to school, and you know what that means? Sports are back. But don't fret. Play It Again Sports has the gear you need at prices worthy of excessive celebration. From sluggers and shooters to clappers and benders, Play It Again Sports can turn your kids into goats. Stop in today on Merrill Road near 295 or online at playitagainjacks.com.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and GIA-certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at over $2,300 per ounce and hasn't seen this level in over 13 years. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar, or trade it for a new piece and get even more value at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Go!
Every Friday night in every town in America, communities come together for a time-honored tradition.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights.
Presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
David Ammon here with Zero Res. Ammon, I can't believe it's been 20 years since we started Zero Res. Do you remember? You were only 7 years old and we had you cleaning the vans after school.
Yeah, I'm grateful I've always had a job that taught me to work hard, take care of things, and to appreciate our good customers.
October is birthday month for Zero Res, so what are we doing for our customers?
Just say happy birthday Zero Res and we'll give you $50 off. That's $50 off carpet, tile and grout, upholstery, or area rugs.
Zero Res.
Spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
When you need a plumber,
call Duck Duck Rooter.
When you need your septic tank pumped out,
call Duck Duck Rooter.
When you need any septic or plumbing issue fixed right the first time,
call Duck Duck Rooter.
Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing and Septic Services. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Hurricane season on the First Coast can leave you in the dark, so why not get a head start on storm season with a home generator system from American Electrical? They've sold and installed more generators in Jacksonville than any other company around, with scores of whole home generator installations throughout North Florida. That's right, American Electrical has been installing and repairing thousands of generators for over a decade in Duval. Keep your loved ones and property protected. Log on to American-Electrical.com and see how they can help you.
Jacksonville contractors and business owners, do you need bathroom partitions and accessories? Frank Frangie here. Coyle & Sons has been in business in Jacksonville since 1927. They've earned the reputation of quality and specialized skill. Coyle & Sons are the ones trusted in Jacksonville by the top contractors, and they can stand on their reputation when you need almost 100 years of commercial contractor experience. Coyle & Sons will design it for you. Call them today at 904-356-4821 or visit them at coiljacks.com.
Pickett here with my concierge doctor, Richard Townsend. Doc T, how does a concierge direct primary care operate?
We are a membership-based primary care made directly between a patient and physician. We'll have a limited amount of patients that allows us to give unlimited access and personal service to you. This individualized approach has been shown to lower hospitalizations as well as maintain healthier lives. We also give 24/7 access via phone to me outside of our scheduled office hours.
To learn more, go to mypvconcierge.com.
Hey, it's Tony from Tony D's Pizza. If you love our pizza and pasta dishes, let us cater an event for you. Family function or office parties, we can deliver you an amazing Italian meal. Remember, it's not just pizza at Tony D's. Bay Meadows in 295.
This is Dr. Turner Vossler, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
The Jaguars still have ground they can cover with 11 games to go. But head coach Doug Peterson says the team cannot feel comfortable.
They can't feel comfortable, right? I'm not comfortable right now. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, my tail's on the line, right? So not in a pressure moment, but you got to say, hey, guys, listen, we're in this together. There's going to be competition. There's going to be accountability. If you're not one of those 11 or one of the 48 on Sunday, then you got to look at yourself, too, and say, hey, I got to do better.
So you're saying there could be some changes, maybe?
There's a chance. I think that's what you got to do. You're always searching for ways, and, you know, that's one way to do it.
Comments last night from the Doug Peterson Show. I'm Andrew Gibson with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Tom McMahon.
McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
All right, Tommy Mack, tell us, Dad Bods coming up in action.
Yeah. Well,
when?
First of all, we've November 9th, we're playing at the Beach Bowl in Jax Beach.
Okay.
That's a Saturday. And just this week, we booked a gig at the Duval House. And it's for charity for 4th and Gold. So we're going to be performing around 10:30 to about 12:30. And then
tonight?
No, before the Houston Texan game. I'm sorry. On December 1st.
I had to guess, Stone. I wasn't sure. It's like
December 1st.
All right,
before the
Houston
Texan
morning.
game in the morning.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
All right, we'll remind folks
roll.
about that as the weeks roll along.
I'll remember the date.
They'll be here soon enough. November 5th, trade deadline. Will we see another Jaguar dealt? Before we go back to the calls here, what was your reaction to Roy Robertson-Harris being shipped off for a pick 2 years from now?
I thought it was odd of what Doug said about it. They had a need that we could fill, so we sent him, and we have depth. I don't know. I mean, look, I like Roy, but he didn't really. I mean, he'd make some plays here and there, and then he wouldn't.
It's just the timing of everything just seems very odd.
It does seem odd.
Right?
Yeah.
Like it's 3 weeks before the deadline.
Yeah.
You're going to keep preaching, hey, we can still turn this around. And realistically, I don't think you can. To me, it reads like we're going to get what we can for some of these guys who are not part of the long-term future.
Yeah.
And maybe was he disgruntled? I don't know. We go back to training camp. He's playing into the fourth quarter. Why is he the only vet in that circumstance? I don't know. I'm
trying to think like other vets, like Devon. They're kind of different positions, I guess, right? Devon plays more nose.
Yeah.
He plays more 3 or 5. I like what he said out there. He's bringing violence to the Seattle defense. Did you see that? That's what Roy said to the press. He's bringing some violence.
Is he?
I don't remember seeing much
Wish
violence.
he would have brought some to us.
Yeah, where was the violence around here? But I don't know. The timing was odd. I thought the comment was really odd. Like, so what? They had a need and you filled it for them? I don't know. It seems kind of weird. You know what I mean? I know there's a camaraderie and you're supposed to help each other out in that world, but it still seemed odd.
Well, I mean, if it helps you, if it makes sense.
Yeah, a 6-rounder 2 years or a year and a half from
That's
now?
what I'm saying. I mean, that's like as low level of compensation as you can practically
and that
get.
almost feels like that's the coach speak equivalent of we traded a guy. They had a need. We had depth. It's done.
He became a pain in the butt.
Right? Like,
he's out of here.
Like they generally don't go into a whole lot more details on that kind of thing than that anyway, unless it's like a marquee thing. Like the Jalen Ramsey trade was different.
Yeah.
Right? When they had to make that because there was all the chaos surrounding all of that. Like the Roy thing is like, all right, they're trading Roy. This is okay.
All right, here let's hear what Ryan Nielsen said yesterday about this being a chance for young guys to play more.
A great opportunity. More snaps. More opportunities to go make plays. Those guys have done a good job. You'll see Jordan again out there. He played pretty decent his first, your first NFL game. Emotions were running high, and it wasn't perfect by any means, but he did play hard and he did some really good things, and so we're encouraged. The same thing with Mason. He's been playing, all year, and but we appreciate everything that Roy did. But next guy up mentality, and we've got a deep room there. We've kept a lot of guys, so. We feel like we're really good at that position.
Maybe should have found another corner to keep.
Yeah.
Honestly.
They do have a lot of guys.
They have a lot of guys, but are any of them noticeable based on their performance in a good way?
No. I think Sezzi flashes at times.
Yeah. But this
Hamilton
guy, Tom, that
flat.
was on the fringe of even making the roster, now he's starting for them. So don't tell me you've got this great depth. Because if you've got a guy who's a fringe roster guy who leapfrogs everybody to jump into the starting lineup.
Well, he looked like he could rush the passer a little bit.
I'm not knocking him. Good for him,
but why? How do you go?
But they're
from
not
barely
playing their
making the
best
team?
interior guy on the interior. It's lunacy.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? Like we've talked about the Armstead thing. I thought it was cool to see Jordan Jefferson finally get active and play a little bit.
Yeah.
They obviously are going to need that. The team is going nowhere.
Yep.
at this point in time. So taking longer looks at Jefferson and Mason Smith, I don't know what else would even make sense for the football team for the final 11 games of the year, except to give those guys more opportunities, and you take whatever lumps you're going to take along the way playing your young guys. But you have to find out, can they play for us? Because we're going to need them to play for us very soon.
Yeah, and enough of the experiment. Come on, you got to know who your guys are by now, for crying out loud. Just leave them in there and let them get reps and get some rhythm going.
All right, 641-1010 to the Garber Auto Mall phone lines. We go. Joyce on the south side next up. Good morning, Joyce.
Hey, what's up? It's Josie, but that's
okay.
Cool.
Oh, hey, Josie.
But yeah, man, I was gonna go a different way, but you guys are talking about that defense, and it's atrocious, man. It's really, really bad. It looks worse than the defense that we had last year, and I don't know if it's practically all Ryan Nielsen's fault, because I just don't think they got the players to play to play the style of defense that he wants to play coming from the Falcons. They don't have it. You let Darius Williams go, who was probably your best corner that you had last year, but he was zone-oriented, and you didn't think he could play man, which that doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but because the guys you got on the team right now don't look like they could play man either. Neither do the guys that you brought in. Darby's getting burned. I'm like, Darnell Savage, he can't stay healthy. And like you guys have said already, your best interior guy is trying to play in. Dude, you're not an in. You got 34 sacks in your entire career. You're not in, dude. You're a defensive tackle, and you got a lot of those sacks off of your talent, but it's in a San Francisco defense that has been really good for a long time. And one more thing is this season is just very, very bad, because the expectations were high, and the expectations were high from the owner's perspective as well. And I'm with this sentiment as well that somebody is telling him that this team is better than it actually was, and I'm pretty sure it is a bulky. And I'll just take your comments up there.
All right. I mean, we've already gone over that. We agree with that. By the way, speaking of can't stay healthy, Darius Williams has one tackle on the year because he hasn't been healthy for the Rams. And if you got a 31-year-old guy who's making a lot of money that you feel doesn't fit your scheme, I don't think it's that crazy to say, hey, let's ship him out. Let's get a cheaper guy in who has in the past excelled in this coverage. That's the thing about Ronald Darby. And by the way, in training camp, he looked fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Right? He really did. And we can all talk about, that's training camp. But in the preseason, he played well. And, he's falling off the cliff right now.
When Ryan Coach Nielsen got here, he talked about, I'm glad you think it looks like man, because it's really press zone. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does he play more man, or does he play more press zone?
He does play.
I know he plays both, but what does he play more of, do you think?
The last time I saw the statistical breakdown, it was like 49% man, which was the most in the league. So 50-50.
And were they more man in Atlanta or more press too? I mean, it looks like man because the corners are playing basically man.
Right.
Because you're pressed up and you got
that's
them.
Really what it's about. I mean, that's what, whether you're playing man or zone, primarily is based on how the corners are playing the wide receivers and whether they're following them all around or handing them off to
if they have
anybody.
Safety help or not, right.
Correct. I don't know, because Atlanta's personnel was not great. I will go to bat. The Jaguars' personnel right now on defense is better than Atlanta had. Now, we're missing Foye. We're missing Tyson. I'm not saying they don't have an impact. And the defense did start off better this year and has kind of fallen off as they've had some attrition.
And I've noticed, too, when it seems like Trayvon and Josh Hines-Allen get off the field at the same time.
We talk about this every week.
I could see one needing a break.
Should never happen, ever.
One needs a break for a play.
Well, look, they're not going to play 100% of the plays. Right. But if they're playing 70% of the plays, your 30% when you're not on the field cannot overlap with his 30%.
Correct.
I
don't know what's going on there.
I don't understand.
And I don't like the rotation. The rotation's got to stop. Pick your guys. You're going to spell guys, but who are my starters? Keep them out there for the entire time.
Let's go to Broom on the south side. Broom, go ahead.
All right, guys, how y'all doing today? Hope you're having a fantastic Friday. And I know we keep hashing over the point, but maybe, I'm a self-proclaimed stooge, but maybe y'all can help me. So I keep hearing that firing Trent Baalke isn't going to do anything for this season. Guys, is this season not over? I mean, I get we beat the Colts, which I think is the worst win probably in franchise history because everyone still has their job. But my good brother was just saying, don't loaf. Everyone's loafing. Well, you're setting the precedent that you don't have to do your job correctly, and you're still going to get paid. We're focused on next season. Get a GM there that can do something for next season. The season is over.
Here's the thing. He's going to get paid regardless. Yeah. Fire him, don't fire him. He's going to get paid, right? So there's no precedent there. That's just the way contracts work in the NFL. Yeah. And we can sit here and go, the season's over at 1-5. They can't afford to do that.
No way.
Shad Khan just,
I'm not saying it's over yet.
I think it's overwhelmingly likely that it's
close,
over. Okay, but they can't think that way. No. And again, if you're making a move that you think is going to impact this season or the long term, like I don't think Trent Baalke's presence is holding back Trevor Lawrence from playing. I think the guys dropping the football are, and you can say, well, he signed those guys. There's nothing you can do about it now. You're not going to, as Doug Peterson said, we can't change out our guys.
Yeah. Here's the thing, at least in my opinion. Look, man, the GM is supposed to fill the coach with talent for his scheme and the way he coaches, right? So Doug isn't a disciplinarian. We see that, right? He's not. He just hasn't been. So what does that mean? I can have guys that don't need a disciplinarian. I got guys that know what it takes, true professionals, know what to do with their bodies, know how much to study, know what to do.
But isn't that what we're led to believe they're bringing in by bringing in guys from winning organizations who've gone deep into the playoffs? But Mike,
that it's not looking that way, at least.
I understand, but when you sign guys, you signed 2 guys from Buffalo, you signed a guy from Green Bay, you signed a guy from San Francisco. I mean, you signed a guy from San Fran who said, "I want to play end."
I understand that. He's better tackle,
but maybe they thought he could play. Put that aside.
Maybe.
That has nothing to do with whether he's a professional who gives everything he's got to, maybe he thinks he is a better end than a tackle or that's what he wants to do, but is he not putting in the work? I don't have.
Maybe not.
Maybe not, but I don't know. I don't have any evidence of that. I'm not going to start saying somebody's not working hard if I don't have evidence of that.
How about, let's say this, and maybe it's been said before, but who does the extra work on that team? Ingram's out there all the time.
Evan Ingram's one of them, yeah.
Where's the other? Where's the guys dropping the balls? Now, I haven't been out practice since camp, so I don't know. Maybe it's changed. But even during camp, it was Ingram who was out there doing the extra stuff. Mm-hmm. A couple guys worked on the sled.
He had a ball punched out this week.
What's that?
He had a ball punched out this week.
He did.
Okay, I'm just saying.
He caught 10 balls, too.
He did, right. I understand that.
He didn't drop any balls. No? He just had a ball punched out. So maybe he's got to do some drills on that. But whatever. My point is, how much extra work are these players doing? I don't think it's much. Doesn't look like it.
Well, and you're in a locker room right now, Tommy, where any of that accountability's got to come from the players because of the way they coach.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. If you're going to get that accountability, it has to come from inside that room. And I'm with you. I don't know how many of the guys have that kind of personality. I think they sold themselves and everyone else that we do have that.
Yep.
We feel confident we do have that in this room right now. I see no evidence of it with what's happening and the results that they're getting on the – you can't be – if the quarterback's going to go to the podium and say we're fragile, right? If that's a word that he's willing to use talking about the guys in that room right now, I'm not saying that there's nobody trying to pull everyone back towards some kind of strong center, but I don't know who that group of guys would be for this football team right now because if they are pulling – nobody's getting pulled.
No.
You're right. Whatever
Tony.
The response is from the room, it's just not good enough right now.
You're right. And you're going to have, if you got a coach that's not going to hammer them, then you got to have the players that hammer.
By the way, when it comes to Armstead, right, it seems like a lot of this is coming from the coaching staff. Okay, not 100%. All right, now he's 100%. He's fully cleared. He's healthy. Mm-hmm. Well, he's only going to practice every other day, right? He's not 39.
Right.
It's like 31.
Right.
Why did he get treated with such kid gloves? Did that set the precedent that, we don't want you doing extra stuff, right? We're managing you. We only want you to take X amount of reps. I don't know the answer to that, but you know what I mean? Like we say, is he doing extra? Are these players doing extra things? They kind of put him in bubble wrap throughout the offseason.
Okay. That could be, this is hypothetical, that the GM promised him these things. That's why he signed. And when they tell him, hey, you got to play tackle, and he goes down to the GM and says, hey, man, you told me I could play end.
Maybe so, but as soon as that happens, if I have any...
I think it's happening. My personal opinion.
That's fine.
I think
if I'm Doug Peterson, I'm like, I don't care what you told him.
Yeah. I agree.
Fire me if you want to.
Agree.
But I don't care what you told him. I'm coaching my team.
I totally agree. But is Doug like that?
I don't know. But he needs to be.
No, I agree.
And for all we know,
100%.
maybe he is. And then maybe
I do that for more than just Armstead. Like I'd make other guys.
And then maybe Balky goes, watch this. Roy Robertson-Harris no longer an option to play ahead of Mason Smith or anybody else.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's what he can do. He can move guys out.
He can.
Right?
You're right.
All right, we got to take a time out here, getting a little behind. If you want to get in, 641-1010 on the Garber Automotive phone lines on a Keys to Victory Friday. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios at 1010XL. You saw what happened. Jeff Lageman tells you why it happened.
And here's how you know you're right.
Jeff Lageman checks the tape for you. Tuesday on Jaguars Today. Brought to you by Napa Auto Care.
10 to noon on 1010X.
Is a huge milestone, and we are so proud of you. Life-changing, life-enhancing. Awaken180weightloss.com.
It only takes a drop of water to cause someone to slip and fall, but it takes a lot more to prove that your injuries were the result of negligence. The store said the floor was dry. Our investigators learned that on the day of the accident, it had been raining.
So the next time it rained, we went back. And guess what? Rainwater was dripping from the ceiling exactly where our client was injured. When you're in for the fight of your life, investigators with 30 years of experience is a good thing. Farah and Farah, Jacksonville.
There are three certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Pick it here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheaper discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
The Jaguars are back at Everbank Stadium to go head-to-head with the Green Bay Packers for our crucial catch game. Join us October 27th as we fight cancer through early detection, risk reduction, and awareness all game long. Lock in your tickets now by visiting jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you there.
Homeowners, listen up. The Fed is taking action, lowering rates for the first time in years, and Loan Pronto has followed suit, lowering mortgage rates big time. Prosser here. That means this is the best chance in 2 years to do a cash-out refi and unlock all that equity at an amazing rate. Loan Pronto has fixed loans under 5% APR, the lowest in 2 years. You can get a fast refi and get $50,000 to $75,000, even $100,000 in cash. Use it to pay off all your credit cards, personal loans, car loans. You'll end up with one payment each month. And for most homeowners, they save over $850 every month. If you want to keep your original mortgage intact, ask about the Loan Pronto Express Equity Line of Credit. If you act now, you can even skip your next 2 house payments. So call now. Get your rate quote in minutes with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees like those other guys. 999-1508 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781.
57% of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Florida alumni say the club saved their lives. The Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Florida support over 5,000 local youths each day. Help support this work and have some fun at the same time. Join us at the Beaches Barbecue Bash, Monday, October 28th at ABBQ Atlantic Beach for barbecue, great beverages, live music, and an auction to positively impact our youth each day. Learn more at bgcnf.org/events.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a gravy taster from Jacksonville, Florida, me, Dennis Mosley.
Hi, Ken.
Okay, Dennis. 100 plumbers surveyed, top answer on the board. What does it mean if someone says your home has hard water?
It's made of ice? Let's see. Hard water. Oh, is it club soda mixed 4-to-1 with vodka?
Last chance, Dennis. What is hard water? Is it that lime scale stuff that makes my taps all crusty?
That's right, Dennis. And a water treatment system from Bueller Air and Plumbing will eliminate troublesome lime scale deposits that can ruin your expensive appliances and let your neighbors know for sure that you are cool.
I wonder if I can get me a gin and tonic faucet.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Find your why with membership at the First Coast YMCA. The Y has something for everyone at any age. Come try free access to your local Y every Wellness Wednesday this month. Check out our fitness classes, swimming, pickleball, youth sports, and so much more for free every Wednesday in October. Plus, we'll waive the join fee when you become a member this month. Get active, be social, live healthier, and discover all the benefits of YMCA membership at your local Y or visit fcymca.org.
Nick in here for the Borland Groover Foundation. If you're 45 or older, you need to get screened for colon cancer. Ask your doctor about getting a colonoscopy. The key to surviving colon cancer, early detection and prevention. Borland Groover recently expanded into St. Johns County. The new and advanced surgery center and medical office is open in Durbin Crossing. Visit BorlandGroover.com for a location near you. Remember, 45 is the new 50. Get screened today with Borland Groover.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Hurricane Grill and Wings. During his pregame press conference, Florida head coach Billy Napier applauded the improved play of defensive lineman Cam Jackson.
It's a big year for Cam. He came back for a reason. He's trying to obviously make an impact on our team and help our team have success, but he's also trying to increase his value.
FSU will be starting several new faces against Duke, which means some previous starters have been benched. Head coach Mike Norvell's message for them is direct.
There's plenty of people that have become superstars just that have been put on a bench. I mean, that's, but if you sit there and you stay on the bench, that's on you.
Florida A&M and Jackson State face off in Jackson, Mississippi for the most anticipated HBCU football game of the weekend. Both teams are undefeated in conference play. The two teams have accounted for the last 3 SWAC championship wins. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 11:01, it's 69 degrees. Time and 10 brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler, Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Tom McManus.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
All right, let's jump right into these calls because we've been putting them off a little bit. 641-1010 on the Garber Automall phone lines. We'll do a Keys to Victory roundtable to wrap up the hour, but let's get out to Jack's Beach right now where JD is calling from. JD, you're on Jaguars Today. Go ahead, please.
Hey, guys. I just had a quick question about the culture of the team. It's been a problem for a couple of years. Love him or hate him, Jalen Ramsey sat on the sideline his rookie season and was crying on national TV because he was so intolerant of losing and ultimately found his way out of here because of the culture, and he didn't feel we could win.
Because he quit.
Jan and Ngakwe.
Yeah, no, let's be clear. He quit.
On his team.
He quit. Okay, so he found his way out of here is about the most politically correct way I can say of the guy's a complete loser, but go ahead.
Right, sure. I'm not a Jalen Ramsey guy, but you can't.
Okay.
He liked to win. He was willing to cry national.
Sure, I'm absolutely.
Jan and Ngakwe would fight his teammates in the locker room because the point is not that these guys were great guys, but they love to win. And my question is, who on this team has shown at any point that kind of intolerance of losing and willing that fire? And finally, Trevor Lawrence has all the physical assets, and his play is not the problem. But at no point until he got to the NFL did he have any adversity. And so far he has shown that he's not done well motivating his teammates when he didn't have the best players on the field. So, I'll take your comments off there.
All right.
First of all, if you would have paid Jalen early, he would have never had a problem. It was all about money for him. He showed up in a Brinks truck.
By the way, does Trevor need to motivate Gabe Davis to catch the ball?
Yeah, right.
What does he need to do to motivate him to catch the ball that hits him in the hands?
That's a bunch of crap.
Yeah. And the back half of 2022 just didn't happen. He never showed any leadership, and the team never turned anything around.
What does Jan fighting Dante Fowler have to do with winning?
Nothing.
By the way, not a damn thing.
And Jan made a huge financial mistake. They tried to keep.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, he was pissed because Dante was a threat to his playing time, and they hated each other, and had nothing to do with winning.
Right.
I mean, come on, man. We can rewrite history. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Jeez. Look, I get it. People want to see guys who are impassioned and torn up about it. And it is a lot of, it's correctable and it's fixable. And it drives me crazy, too.
Sure.
But using some of these examples, like,
Well, that comes from the coach. That's how he says it, right? Hey, it's correctable. We'll fix it. We'll clean it up.
You know who else said that? Gus Bradley every damn day. He did every day he was here.
Yeah.
It's all correctable. It's all us.
Yeah.
And Tom was screaming through those last couple of years while he was here because that was his personality.
Yeah.
Right? It didn't necessarily mean the team was winning a whole bunch while that was happening, and everyone knew that it was going to end with Tom Coughlin was going to be let go by the organization. That doesn't mean he was any less passionate the last day he had that opportunity than he was the first day he had that opportunity. Eventually, the string runs out.
Yeah, and
on
Caldwell
these guys.
was a screamer, too, for the record.
Like, those things happen. I say it over and over. NFL coaches are hired to get fired eventually. That's the way the league works. Doug Peterson is very much on that path directly to he's going to be let go at some point by the organization. We all know it, and everyone will say it's because he's too nice. Well, if he was mean, it'd be it's because he's too mean.
He's too mean,
like,
right.
That's how it works. It just you're
know
not
why,
getting the result.
Because you only win when you win.
Right.
Exactly. All right, let's go to Chris in Middleburg next up on Jaguars Today. Good morning, Chris. That was a little heat check right there. Yes, go ahead.
Let's go. Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, I appreciate the call. Hey, real quick, just something weird. I was listening to Doug Peterson's show last night. The first thing that just really stuck out was really just his demeanor. He just, compared to all of his last couple pressers, he just seemed really down in the dumps. But last night, it just seemed like he had the weight of the world just lifted off his shoulders just by his demeanor. And I think a part of that, call it weird, whatever, but honestly, that Roy Robertson-Harris trade, I think he was a cancer, addressing that Cisco talk about quit. I think that may be part of it, but going into this week, honestly, I think we're going to beat that 37-10.
Ooh, come on.
37-10, 4 keys to victory, play loose, have fun, punch somebody in the mouth, and quit rotating that line.
All right, appreciate it.
That's a phone call right there.
I don't care if they have fun or not, as long as we outscore them personally.
But 37.
I mean, I don't get the sense that Roy Robertson-Harris was such a cancer that the weight of the world is now lifted off Doug Peterson's shoulders. So I'm not buying that.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends how many other guys. Because remember, you go back to the years with Jalen and those guys. There was like 4 or 5 of them that I don't want to call cancer, but they were like answering to nobody. You remember they disrespected the old guys.
They talked bad about Calais Campbell, some of them, because they thought he was a company man. Yeah. And, Calais was all about the team winning.
Right.
Right? And he wanted,
They were all about individual.
Totally.
A lot of those guys.
All right, let's get to Brad at the beach, and we'll go around the league with the other interesting stories. Brad, you're on Jaguars Today. Go ahead.
What's going on, fellas?
What's up?
Hey, Brad.
As far as getting rid of Balky right now, is there not any benefit to getting the new GM in this year, letting him establish his scouting department, being in the building, getting a first-hand feel for everything as opposed to coming in after the season?
No.
The league rules won't allow you to do it, Brad. They have to have a series of interviews that they have to go through before they can even hire the guy. They can't talk to anybody that is currently employed by another NFL team right now. Like, the process that we're talking about here is way more complicated than it's being made out to make right now. You could hire Bill Belichick if you could you also interview a couple other minority candidates.
Or you could hire an interim GM, again, you're limited to, is Ethan Waugh worthy of being promoted to that title? Who the hell knows what he does?
Well, it could be just to finish the year.
Well, I understand, but I don't even know if he's deserving of that opportunity.
And that's the thing. People just they don't know. You can't just go out and switch.
And where are you going to get this? There aren't free agent scouting departments floating around out there.
Right.
People lose their jobs at the end of the season. Then you go out there and you hire guys from the pool of available talent, which is why almost every time you see a GM change, it happens after the draft.
Yes.
Because that scouting department, you don't have time. The scouting department's been working on profiling these guys all season long. They're putting their dossiers together on the players, and they're going to draft based off of that, even if they have a new GM in there.
Yeah.
And maybe they might get rid of the GM, but then the whole scouting department will be let go immediately after the draft, and he'll get his new guys in, and they begin the process then for the next year. It's not a switch it out on the fly kind of thing.
Like if one of the guys that you want to talk to is currently employed by a team and they happen to make the playoffs, you can't even talk to that guy till after the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
Right.
That's how far away it could be before a guy that you might want, you actually get the opportunity to interview for the GM job. Like, the timeline on this is way out in the future.
All right, let us go around the National Football League.
Now, Gems Around the NFL, brought to you by Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacks Beach.
Houston running back Joe Mixon was limited again in practice on Thursday with an ankle injury. Offensive tackle Laramie Tunsil got in a full practice after being limited Wednesday for the Texans. Indianapolis quarterback Anthony Richardson, a full participant in practice for the second straight day Thursday. Running back Jonathan Taylor still has not been able to get on the practice field this week due to an ankle injury. Minnesota running back Aaron Jones got in a limited practice as he works back from a hamstring injury. Tight end TJ Hawkinson was also limited on Thursday as he works towards making his 2024 debut for the Minnesota Vikings. Carolina wide receiver Deontay Johnson missed practice for the second straight day with an ankle injury. Arizona wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. was able to get in a non-contact practice on Thursday as he continues to work back from a concussion. New York Giants wide receiver Malik Neighbors has cleared the league's concussion protocol, will play this week. Tampa Bay wide receiver Mike Evans did not practice on Thursday due to some injury he picked up last week. Unclear what his availability may be this weekend. New Orleans wide receiver Rashid Shaheed needed a full repair for his meniscus, will miss the remainder of the 2024 season. And the Coach Blue Ribbon Committee has narrowed a group of 14 down to 12 coaches to remain in consideration for the Hall of Fame class of 2025. Tom Coughlin is one of the 12. The 9-member committee will cast another vote later this month, with that list of 12 being shortened down to 9.
All right, I do think Tampa said they expect Mike Evans to practice today and tomorrow, so we'll see if that comes to pass. But it is Monday for all you fantasy footballers out there, which makes it a little bit more tricky.
It does.
In terms of your options. All right, we'll take a break here. We'll come back, go around with our confidence picks, and we'll get back to your calls if you want to get in at 641-1010 on the Garber Auto Mall phone lines on a Keys to Victory Friday. We'll have a Keys to Victory roundtable coming up as well with Tom McManus, Tony Smith, and Dylan Denmark. I'm Mike Dempsey. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Breakfast, yeah, they got that. Lunch, of course, dinner, snacks, everything in between. They got it all. Sandwiches, subs, yes. A full line of breakfast items. Breakfast sliders, delicious as well. Gourmet salads. They've got protein packs, fruit cups, veggie trays, you name it, no matter where you are in terms of what you're looking to put in your body. If you're looking for a big foot-long sub, they've got that for you. If you want some lighter fare, they've got that as well. And just about everything in between. Great variety. Swing into a gate station and head to the fresh case and look for the Dandy label, D-A-N-D-E-E, or the Anytime Deli line. They're all the same company, created by the Thompsons right here, a family in Jacksonville, FLA. It's a local company serving up great food with the highest quality ingredients, as I mentioned. Fantastic variety. They deliver them fresh daily all around the First Coast, and they keep the prices in check as well. When you're hungry in Duval, you got one answer. Do what I do. Go out and make yours a dandy, and do it today.
Jaguars
Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Saturdays in the South are made for football. Yes, but you can get the game day feeling on Friday night on the Bueller Air and Plumbing College Kickoff.
The big games, the big matchups.
Friday night at 6. Brought to you by Sonny's Barbecue on 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Let's start the debate. Why would someone buy a new car from you? We have an exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on every new vehicle. We offer a competitive wow price plus free oil changes. How much will someone get for their trade? We offer more than $4,000 over KBV value. Well, we never lose a trade over price. Okay, when is the best time to buy a car? Right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter which side you pick. At Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet, you get it all. Let us show you why we're the winning vote.
Want to be up close and personal with the Jaguars as they take the field? Here's your chance to be in the shadows, outside the Jaguars locker room, now called the Vault.
Enter today at everbank.com/shadows. One winner and a guest for every home game at Everbank Stadium. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents in 50 United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry periods for the Shadow Sweepstakes promotion from 8/19/24 to 12/15/24. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsored administrator, Everbank NA, member FDIC.
You've got so many chances to win big on Hard Rock Bet. Even a small bet can bring in that serious cash. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable. They've hit the parlay. Let's go!
Big payouts for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Brackish Vodka, the official vodka of UNF Athletics, 100% made in Jacksonville, is available at all local liquor stores. Visit Browdy's, Total Wine, ABC, Shores, Golden, Sahara's, Golden Ox, and more. Drink our gluten-free San Francisco Spirit award-winning vodka and see why it's the smoothest vodka you can buy. When you drink Brackish Vodka, you support all of our local employees, and all the money stays in Jacksonville. Drink Brackish Vodka and live life slightly salty. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
If you're looking for the best in indoor air quality, I've got the experts to call. Florida Home AC, the official AC provider of the Jaguars, specializing in the best air quality for your home or work with the Remy Halo. Instead of waiting for pollutants to travel through the ductwork to be neutralized, the Halo cell releases friendly oxidizers every time your fan blows air, helping those in your home that suffer from allergies and other respiratory issues. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC and start enjoying cool comfort and clean air.
Hunters Know Patience is part of the game.
Just got to keep hunting.
Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin Faber, and Captain Kirk Waltz on the Nimnit Outdoors Show. Presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning. Saturday morning from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
Atlantic Self-Storage, the official storage partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Need to make room to watch football in your home or need a place to park your boat or RV? Store it all at Atlantic Self-Storage. Over 50 locations in Northeast Florida. 24-hour access, all with month-to-month leases. Moving? They can help with supplies. They make storage easy. Go to AtlanticSelfStorage.com or call 877-WE-STORE to find a storage solution near you. Go Jags!
This season, check out our revamped website at southernsteerbutcher.com. Click on the Promotions tab and our Jacksonville Weekly Grilling Specials will hit you in the face like a hot route over the middle.
For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
I-9 Sports is getting geared up for more fun for kids all over the First Coast with winter and spring registration now open. Kids ages 3 to 17 can get in the gym or on the field with I-9 Sports, covering Clay, Duval, and St. John's, and I-9 introducing all-girls volleyball and flag at Duval Charter and all-girls flag at Nocatee, plus flag, soccer, t-ball, and basketball for boys and girls too. So don't miss out. Registration open now for winter and spring at i9sports.com. Enter 1010 in the promo code.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Go to WM.com/Duval.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe. I want to talk to you about picking the right battles to fight in this life. Every day, we have opportunities to get upset and angry. But I want you to realize that sometimes you have to ignore in this life so that you can soar into the kingdom of heaven. My encouragement, friends, to you is to pick the right battles to fight. Fight only battles that help you draw closer to God, because you have to ignore so that you can soar.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. He's number 55.
Tom McManus.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
All right, this time every Friday, we pick every game that is yet to kick off in the National Football League, and we rank them in the order of how confident we are in those outcomes that we predict. We call them confidence picks. There are 14 games this week, so our most confident selection will be worth 14 points all the way down to 1 for the least confident. Tom, you went 6-7 last week. Yeah, I forget the exact point total.
I think it was 42.
42, yes. It was something in the 40s. Yeah. You had Tony and I both went 10-3 last week. I outpointed Tony by 4, I think, in the final tally. Mm-hmm. Close. Tony's got the overall lead, but that's close as well. And so that's where things kind of stand now heading into week 7. So since I had the most, we do reverse order of the previous week, highest to lowest.
Sure.
I will go first, followed by Tony Smith. Tom McManus will wrap it up here. My most confident outcome this week is that the Titans suck and the Bills will beat them. So I've got Buffalo on the 14-point line. I've got Washington over Carolina, and I will take the L.A. Rams at home over Las Vegas worth 12. Tony.
First two are the same. Buffalo over Tennessee on the 14. Washington over Carolina on the 13. I'll take Indianapolis over Miami on the 12-point line.
Here we go.
All right.
Here we go.
Jags at number 14. This is the week.
Is this the week?
Let's just hope it's...
I hope you're right. I do. I hope you're right. You're far enough back that the 14 points won't kill us.
Washington at 13 and 12. I have Philly beating the Giants.
Okay, was that a guess or you?
I got to take some risks.
Okay. No, I mean like. It looked like you were just looking for a game.
I couldn't find my 12. No,
I got you. I see.
I don't know what happened.
I see what you did. You just put the number off to the side right there.
The number's already there.
All right. I'm going to go with the theme of the AFC South is going down. Green Bay at home over Houston. I'm going to take Cincinnati on the road at Cleveland. That's more an indictment of how bad Cleveland is than anything. And I will take Philadelphia like Tom did over the New York Giants. Mine is worth 9. Tony.
11-point line, I'll take the Bengals over the Browns. 10-point line, Atlanta over Seattle. And on the 9-point line, the Jacksonville Jaguars over the New England Patriots.
That's where he's staying. You know, I feel like a pattern has been developing. Tom's going to pick the Jags, most confident. Tony's going to settle in somewhere in the middle. And your boy here is the least confident.
Fighting himself on what to do with the pick. Yeah.
Yes. So you got all yours in. Tom, your next 3?
Buffalo 11.
Okay.
Green Bay 10. Atlanta 9.
Yeah, we all like the Falcons over the Seahawks. I got them on the 8-point line myself. I'm going to take San Fran to beat Kansas City and knock them out of the ranks of the unbeaten. And I'm going to take Arizona on Monday night over the LA Chargers with or without Marvin Harrison Jr.
All right, the 8-point line for me, I'll take the Rams over the Raiders. 7, Philadelphia over the Giants. And 6, Green Bay over Houston.
Tommy?
Let's see. Number 8, Cincinnati. Number 7, San Francisco. And number 6, Baltimore.
All right. All right. We got a final 5. We just wrap up with the final 5 right here, okay? I will go with Detroit over Minnesota, one of the better matchups of the weekend. So no undefeated teams is what I'm predicting after this week with Kansas City and the Vikings both going down. I'm going to take Indianapolis in their game against Miami at home. I'm going to take Tampa Bay at home against Baltimore. What are you laughing at over there?
Nothing. I kind of said a cuss word. I hope nobody heard.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, under my breath.
That's on Dylan. I'm going to take the Jets at Pittsburgh, and I'm going to take the Jags on the 1-point line because I'm going to root for them. But I honestly, I have no confidence whatsoever that they're going to win. But that's where I'm at on it. Tone, your last 5.
5-point line, Pittsburgh over the Jets. 4, Baltimore over Tampa. I'll take the Chargers over Arizona on the 3 line. And Minnesota over Detroit on the 2. Kansas City over San Francisco at 1.
Okay, Tommy?
5, I got the Rams at home. 4, I got Detroit on the road. 3, I got Pitt at home. 2, I've got Indianapolis at home, and 1, I got the Chargers on the road.
All right. Not that it matters because we pick them straight up, but I heard this stat somebody was talking about. Since Vegas has been playing in Vegas, the team that goes there the next week is 11, 22, and whatever, how many pushes against the spread. And the theory is are they enjoying Vegas too much? You know what I mean? Like,
it'd be tough to keep me out of those places.
I don't know if that's true or not. So that's why, in part, I went with the Jets over Pittsburgh in that one. I've got Buffalo, Washington, the LA Rams, Green Bay, Cincinnati, Philadelphia, Atlanta, San Francisco, Arizona, Detroit, Indianapolis, Tampa Bay, the New York Jets, and Jacksonville in that order. Most to least confident. Tony going Buffalo, Washington, Indianapolis, Cincinnati, Atlanta, Jacksonville, LA Rams, Philadelphia, Green Bay, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, the Chargers, Minnesota, and KC. And Tommy goes with your Jaguars, Commanders, Eagles, Bills, Packers, Falcons, Bengals, 49ers, Ravens, Rams, Lions, Steelers, Colts, and the LA Chargers. Confidence picks locked in for Week 7. Let's go back to the phone lines here. Regina in Mandarin is next up. Good morning, Regina.
Good morning, guys. And I wanted to bring up a couple points, not what the theme is. I want to give a shout-out to Tommy Mack. I agree with him. The team is a bunch of unfocused, undisciplined, fragile professionals who don't even know the meaning of professionalism. And I'm with you, Mike. I don't think they're going to win. But what's my keys to victory? Put your big boy briefs on. Yeah, whatever you need to do to focus and get out there and do your job. Go Jags.
Go Jags. Thank you, Regina. Put your big boy briefs on, Jags.
Right. She said it very nicely.
That's my first key to victory today. Yeah. Big boy briefs.
Put your big boy pants on.
Your boxer briefs or whatever you're wearing. Whatever you're doing. All right. Thank you, Regina. Always. Sean on the west side, you're up next. Go ahead, Sean.
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
Excellent.
I just want to say I'm a big fan of this show, and I listen to it daily. So I just want to make, just a quick comment. I listen to Tommy Mack a lot, and I agree that the defensive line on critical down needs to be Josh Hines-Allen on one side, Trayvon Walker, Mason Smith, and Eric Armstead up the middle. And I really want to see this defense turn it around because I just think that once we get Tyson Campbell back, which is this Sunday, and Foyer probably the next couple of weeks, I think maybe we can come middle of the pack. We can make that issue might repeat itself, and we might go on a 5-game winning streak like we've had the last couple seasons. And I'm not ready to give up on the season. Hopefully this Sunday they can take care of business and we can move forward.
All right. Appreciate it, man. Look, I hope you're right. Look, they went 8-3 to start the year last year, right?
Yeah, right.
Go 8-3 to end the season. They end up 9-8 again.
Here's a thing maybe for defense. With Tyson being back, maybe Ryan can run his defense the way he wants to.
At least closer to what he wants.
Right, closer to what he wants to. Yeah.
Doesn't have Foyer in there.
No, I know.
As well, which...
Man, now I don't know if Miller can play mentally, like he knows all the position for dime, but to me, he should be my dime middle backer, not Devin Lloyd. Put Devin in a pass rush. Let him rush like he did in college. Give him a chance. I don't know, but Miller to me is your best linebacker on the field right now by far. He makes the most plays. He's your best cover guy. He's the fastest, quickest. He's not afraid to take a shot. I don't think Ventrell Miller should ever leave the field.
All right, thank you, Sean. Let's go to George in Mandarin next up on Jaguars Today. Good morning, George.
Thanks for taking my call.
You got it.
All right.
I'm still a believer, man. I'm not going to give up. I really believe in the trading of Robertson-Harris was needed. I've always questioned his full abilities during the whole game. Like you'll be watching a game sometimes, and then out of the blue, he makes a great play, and I'm thinking, why doesn't he do this all the time? I've always questioned him. I'm very glad that he's out of here, and I'm hoping it's going to wake up Hamilton, because Hamilton has shown some times when he can really be forced in the middle. Now's the time to show it, because if he don't think everybody's watching him right now, he better think again, because our defensive line is the key to everything. That's what Cisco was saying. That there's just, next thing you know, people are running around everywhere because nobody's putting the pressure on the quarterback. We've got to get to the quarterback. And, God, when is number 23 coming back, man? He is the biggest miss, and I'm so glad Campbell's back. But when is Aluakon coming back, man?
Not this week.
Yeah.
So
when
is he eligible to come back? The next week or the week after?
I think it's the week after.
All right, so, sooner rather than later. But
feels like he's been out 3 or 4 games.
By the way, I don't know. So Roy Robertson-Harris gets dealt. That lights a fire under Devon Hamilton. Why doesn't he have a fire lit under his ass already? He got a big contract.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
what is You know what I mean? Like, if I don't play well, I'm the next to go, and they're going to trade me to a team with more wins than I have right now. Ooh, what a
no! If I'm him, I'm more like I better play good because they're going to trade me next.
Like
if they like the
right, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
If they do trade you, you're probably improving threefold in the standings. You know, like Roy Robertson-Harris is like, okay, I'm playing for a team now that I actually have a chance to win with.
Yeah, well, I think the way he described Roy is the same as Devon. Devon flashes. He don't dominate. He makes a few plays here and there. I expect him to be a lot better. I don't know. He's okay. Just like Roy was okay. He wasn't bad.
He was all right.
He was okay. He was fine.
Right. He's not a Pro Bowl. I don't expect him to constantly notice him jumping off the screen.
No.
You know, and I thought he did okay this year. Like he had Tyler Lacey. I don't know how much.
Seems to be the perfect.
Right. He seems to be. If there's one guy that would have some appeal as a vet who has a little positional versatility, can play in a few different spots on the line.
Well, listen. Who knows if he was the right guy for the locker room or not? We'll find out, I guess. You know?
Right. And by the way, if they come out and play with a ton of passion this week, I don't think that I'm necessarily going to ascribe that to, they got rid of the cancer here. Because you could have been playing. You can play. That's something controllable regardless.
I'll tell you what I'd be ticked off at. My quarterback just called me fragile. I'm going to go out there and show that son of a gun. I can't do it to him, but I'm going to do it to somebody else.
He did it multiple times.
I know.
Which goes to tell you, it's not a shock anybody is hearing that.
No,
right. It's a thing.
Right. And I think this is speculation, which you shouldn't, but it's more emotional and mental.
What about fabrication?
Shouldn't fabricate either.
Just the real deal?
The real deal.
All right.
Yeah.
Just ask. Is that what your point was? Because I was too caught up in
now. I forgot it.
It's totally my fault.
You totally messed me up.
You said it.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to it.
Yeah.
Because I was too busy
I didn't listen
being
either.
Clever right there. No speculation.
No fabrication. Just the real
deal, baby.
That's right.
We love it. All right. Tom McManus is here with us. We'll go around the table. Keys to Victory round table. A couple more calls on the other side as well as we try to navigate the Jags to their second win of the season. Yes.
I was saying that the fragile is more emotional and mental, I bet he's talking about, than physical.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's not a good thing.
It's they get something goes wrong early or at some point in the game, and they either don't recover or they take too long to recover from it, and it's a little bit of here we go again syndrome.
Are they fragile of critique? Are they fragile?
I think that's all mental. That's all. Anything that has to, it's not a question of you're not tough enough. You're getting pushed around.
Right.
And so if it's not that, all the rest of that stuff is lumped together, as far as I'm concerned.
Fair enough.
All right, we'll come back. One final segment for the week for Jaguars today. Keep it right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars today. You're at the home of the Jaguars in the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Do the Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle. If you're looking for a pre-owned vehicle with lifetime warranty, Garber Auto Mall can wiggle it. Best price, best payment, best trade-in value, Garber Auto Mall can wiggle it. With a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles, Garber Auto Mall can wiggle it. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberAutomall.com. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there is always a little room for wiggle. Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
If you suffer from constant burning, tingling, or numbness in your hands or feet, it could be a serious condition called neuropathy. I'm Dr. Nathan Riddle, DC with Riddle Wellness in Ponte Vedra. Neuropathy is treatable, and we have seen great results by using state-of-the-art, non-invasive therapies to target damaged nerves, reduce symptoms, and improve nerve function. Call 904-395-5598 to schedule your free consultation today and learn how you can live pain-free. Call 904-395-5598.
Hey, gang, Prosser here to save you some cash. Maximize your home sale now with the market experts who deliver more money in less time, and those experts are Chad and Sandy Newman. Maybe you're worried about costly repairs or upgrades needed to sell your home. You don't have to worry. The worries are relieved with Chad and Sandy, the local real estate experts we are trusting and recommending with the sale of your home. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Mortgage rates are down. It's time to create your market. Marvin in Cobblestone writes, my siblings and I moved our parents to Maryland so they can get some extra help as they get older. Next, we had to sell the home to get them some financial help for their extra care. We hired Chad and Sandy, and they delivered big. Chad and Sandy's team got our home sold in 7 days. above asking price. You can too. Call Chad and Sandy today, 904-414-6200, or go to chadandsandy.com. That's Chad, ANDSANDY.com.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Make your dream of living in luxury a reality in Lennar's newest 55 and up active adult community, Edenbrook at Highland Trail. Located in the heart of Green Cove Springs, Edenbrook offers world-class amenities with a dedicated activities director and homes starting in the high 300s, with rates as low as 3.99% and up to $50,000 in flex cash on our new Edenbrook homes. The time to buy is now. Call 904-643-3750 to find out more. Your life of luxury awaits in Edenbrook at Highland Trail by Lennar.
Expert Automotive on St. John's Bluff Road has some of the highest Google reviews in Jax for a reason. Expert Auto never sells greed, only what you need. All makes and models are serviced at Expert Automotive. This month, get an alignment inspection for only $19.99. Expert Auto does major engine and transmission repair and simple maintenance. All services done at Expert Auto by our ASC certified training technicians. Call today, 374-3373, and ask about $50 off any service. Expert Automotive. We never sell greed, only what you need.
Joe C. for CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. And if your dream is to create that space where you're living large in your backyard, then you need to get with the good people at CSS. They put a gas log in our fireplace, an awesome fire pit out back where the kids can toast s'mores and we can just hang out and watch the game. It's all part of your outdoor living experience with CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
You dream it, we build it. CSS.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser share the huddle with Freddie T. Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins and Monahan Jewelers.
Fred Taylor, he's a candidate to go the distance.
On 1010XL.
Roof damage? Call before you claim. Greenlaw Group, fighting insurance companies for you. They will work for you when you have roof damage. Don't let your insurance deny you. Don't call an adjuster. Call Greenlaw Group at 904-302-7055. Remember, if you have roof damage, call Greenlaw Group before you claim. They've settled millions and will work hard to get your claim and new roof. Greenlaw Group. Call before you claim. 904-302-7055.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Former Gator and Jaguars linebacker Mike Peterson and Mandarin standout and Gator cornerback Fred Weary will be inducted into the Florida Georgia Hall of Fame. For tickets to the celebration lunch Friday, November 1st, go to GAFLJax.com.
Find your why with membership at the First Coast YMCA. The Y has something for everyone at any age. Come try free access to your local Y every Wellness Wednesday this month. Check out our fitness classes, swimming, pickleball, youth sports, and so much more for free every Wednesday in October. Plus, we'll waive the join fee when you become a member this month. Get active, be social, live healthier, and discover all the benefits of YMCA membership at your local Y or visit fcymca.org.
High Flying Jack O'Brien here, sports fans. And now, I'm going to share the absolute right way to pronounce Kuhn flowers. It's Kuhn. Kuhn flowers. Remember, use Kuhn flowers.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jaguars defensive coordinator Ryan Nielsen on the message to the defense this week.
Play hard and then play together. And the play together part is the execution. And then just do your job. And that's execution. Doing your job, executing your job is being a great teammate. So if I'm supposed to be in the B gap, the guy in the C gap and the A gap can do his job. That's being a great teammate, not jumping out of my gap to do his job, and I'm going to stay in my gap to do my job. Same thing in coverage and in all aspects of the game. And so that's our focus on playing hard and playing together, and part of that is the execution part and just doing our job.
Jags, Patriots, Sunday morning at 9:30. I'm Andrew Gibson with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Barra & Barra, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since 87.
All right, Jaguars today coming down to the home stretch for the week. We'll do a little keys to victory roundtable here, but here's Doug Peterson's keys to winning this Sunday. Was asked this morning as we go cool down on Jaguars today. 1, he likes the 3 keys, right? 1, we need to eliminate the mistakes, right? He's asking, there's enough coaching mistakes, player mistakes. We're in this together. Just eliminate that. I think the biggest thing, then, I guess this would be 2, just relax and play. Have fun. Get back to enjoying football and being with your teammates. Maybe do some arts and crafts together. Some quality time.
We'll drink some pints at the pub together. That's the way to do it.
It's obviously been a great 8, 9, 10 days out here from a bonding experience with the team. So if we just do that, execute, focus on our jobs, and play hard, there's that play hard again. It gives us a chance. Ryan Nielsen asked about those comments. We're going to play hard. We are going to play hard. Play hard. He used the phrase play hard like 6 times in his first couple of answers at his press conference.
I like the focus one better. You know what I mean?
I play hard is like a bare minimum
job.
Walking in the door expectation.
Right.
Should always play hard.
Right. That's like finishing your plate at dinner. You don't get extra credit.
Exactly. You're doing the bare minimum.
Right.
That, in fact, that is to me like the number one, maybe the only prerequisite of what a team owes you. Oh man, I keep giving them my heart, my devotion, my time, my money. You don't have to, but if you do, you should expect the best possible effort that they have. Sometimes that effort's not going to be good enough. Sometimes they're just not going to be good enough, or they're going to make mistakes, mental or physical, whatever. But it shouldn't be effort related ever.
Yeah, and mental mistakes should be cut down.
They should be cut down, but it's still going to happen. We all have it.
It does happen, but it can't happen like it happens to them.
We all, I just sat here and didn't listen to a word you said a minute ago, right? So we all make mental mistakes, right?
That's right.
But I'm also offering a free radio service along with Tony Smith on a daily basis.
That's right.
We are not charging you for admission. And
You're right.
When you listen, you can fill as many of those clear coolers or bags as you like with fried chicken or other edibles.
Look, I know in that last segment I got a little aggressive with the guy on the phone line about the bulky thing.
That was really nice. So I kind of liked it.
I know, and people are texting. It's like, what's going on? I was like, look, it was a little bit too aggressive, but I am frustrated by the line of questioning with it because there's nothing to be done.
Yeah.
At this point with the GM, so you fire him, we all feel better. I'm fine if they fired Balky today.
Exactly.
I'd feel better about the team going forward without Balky being involved, but you're not going to replace him tomorrow.
Right.
They can't.
It would take away the anxiety of he might be back next year. That's it. But it doesn't change anything for Gabe Davis catching the football.
Right.
Right? Trent Baalke's presence is not holding back Ronald Darby from not committing penalties.
Correct.
Things like that. So, all right, Pockets, why don't we fire it up?
10-10
Take.
Now, Mike Dempsey's 10-10 Take. Brought to you by
Double checked. Cybersecurity made simple.
All right, we'll go around the table a few times, and we'll try to get a couple more calls in and make our final score prediction for the Jags and the New England Patriots. I will say, I do agree with part of what Doug Peterson's saying. Just eliminate the beat yourself kind of moves, right? The pre-snap penalties, the dumb penalties, the obvious physical mistakes. Look, again, you're going to get beat sometimes. You're even going to get, pancaked sometimes. It's going to happen, right, Tom? You played it, right?
Yeah,
sometimes a guy across you gets leverage or just gets the better of you.
Everybody has a bad play.
Everybody has multiple bad plays, right? But it cannot be for lack of effort, not lack of knowing where to be lined up, lack of hustle, lack of mental sharpness, any of that. So I agree with Doug on that. You got to eliminate that. But, some of that's on the coaching staff. I would agree to get players in that mental frame of mind to execute at a high level. I don't know. I think they're all to blame for it at this point, but that's number one for me, Tone.
The Patriots aren't good against the run or the pass. They are worse against the pass, though, which should work to the Jaguars' advantage this week. The team should have an opportunity to get Trevor into a rhythm early, which they've done pretty well the last couple of weeks, especially against Indy. That will hopefully let the team take a deep breath from inside the chaos that has been the first 6 weeks and get them settled into a football game, which we've seen twice this year. I think you can make it up. Miami, it seemed like they got settled in pretty well early in that game. And against the Colts, they got settled in pretty well in that football game, but they haven't been able to do it very often. I think the matchup dictates that they ought to have an opportunity to do that this week against the Patriots.
Yeah, I'm going to say stay out of the pubs, come, I don't know, what's today, Friday? You can go out tonight, but then go back and don't be bothered with them. You need ultra focus. That's what you need, man. Yeah, you got to play hard. I mean, like you said, that's a prerequisite, but you got to focus. These mental errors will kill you. These, and mental errors are false starts. They are. They're just, not being ultra focused on doing your job every single play, because that's the only way you're going to get yourself out of this hole is if you totally focus on what you got to do. That's play calling, and that's executing the plays on all three phases of the game. So I don't know. I know that Peyton won last night going into New Orleans, but when he was with New Orleans, it was do your job, and that really seemed to work. So do your job.
Now, I'm going to go Josh Heinzel and Trayvon Walker need to be heating up Drake May.
Get it
all right?
done,
and whether that is with the aid of some well-timed blitzes, wouldn't mind seeing them. We don't do it very much, but Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter combined for 4 sacks last week. The only 4 the Texans got on Drake May, but they did force him into some mistakes. He threw a couple of interceptions. So, look, he's an athletic guy. He'll run. Make sure, when you get there, you get him down, because they've had some of that issue this year as well, getting their hands on quarterbacks and not finishing the play. But this needs to be a day when after, if the Jags win it, we're talking about the impact that Josh Heinzel and Trayvon Walker made on this game.
The Patriots gave up a 20-yard touchdown run to Joe Mixon, a 54-yard touchdown run to Dameon Pierce last week. Before that, they had given up 5 rushing touchdowns, none from further than 5 yards out. Could this be the week that the Jags actually find some kind of success running the ball in the red zone? The team only has rushed 4 touchdowns this year. Only 2 of those from inside of the 5. Both of those ETN. Now we're expecting maybe he's going to be available this week, but could the Jags actually find some kind of success when they get inside the 5 handing the ball off, as opposed to let's try to trick him with something we're going to do in the pass? I think, again, like the passing stuff, New England is poor enough against the pass that they ought to be able to get into a rhythm in the pass game, and they ought to be able to run the ball when they want to run the ball inside the 10-yard line against this football team, because they've been ineffective stopping it to this point this year.
I say fix your liabilities on pass coverage, and that means Lloyd shouldn't be covering anybody. Then number one, because look, they're going to copycat. What are they going to do? They're going to throw Hunter Henry at him. They're going to throw the other guy at him. And he's going to have to be on his toes. I mean, Komet worked him to death. He didn't know what was going on. Cisco, look, we know what they do to him too. They try to target him deep down the field. So let's get. And I'm not saying eliminate him yet. He's still a pretty solid player overall. But man, just get on your coverage and cover your guy and know what the coverage is. I mean, it's too many blown assignments on the back end.
Yeah, you just basically took what I was going to say next. Just at least
the words right out of your mouth.
You did.
I wasn't kissing.
Glance in Hunter Henry's direction at some point during the day. Just glance, take a peek. Oh, is he playing? All right, but I'll move beyond that. And these receivers need to step up and just make the simple plays, but Christian Gonzalez is already earning a reputation as being one of the better young corners in the league. So, it's going to be a heck of a battle with Brian Thomas Jr. when you're open. And I think Evan Ingram could be a big factor in this football game. Again, catch the ball if it gets to your damn hands, right? I mean, it seems like the most simple thing in the world. You're a wide receiver, a tight end. That's your number one thing you need to do.
Can I add something real quick?
Why not?
I talked to Jimmy Smith this week. I called him on Monday.
Is he suiting up?
No. Oh. But I asked him, I said, is there such a thing as a quarterback's ball is hard to catch? Like some are harder than others to catch. He goes, first of all, Trevor's ball is not hard to catch at all. I said, well, I didn't think it was, but I wanted to ask. He goes, no, Quinn Gray, when he threw it, he would break your hands. I mean, he throws it so damn hard that, you'd have to get used to that. Huh. He goes, these guys aren't doing the work. They're not working on the jugs. They're not catching extra passes. They're not working on their hands. They're high coordination, all that focus. That's why they're having troubles holding on to the football.
Yeah, we had that conversation with D-Rock yesterday, Tony, that somebody got into it with him saying, oh, well, all Trevor's drops are on Trevor because Trevor throws the ball too hard.
Oh, whatever.
And Mahomes has the second most drops in the same period of time, but that's all on the receivers of Kansas City.
Of course. That's how it works.
I do think there is something to, like, some guys throw a more catchable ball like that kind of little softer in there. But if Jimmy's saying that there's no issue with the way Trevor throws the football, I don't know who's a more authoritative voice.
And he's like, look, I threw the ball with him during training camp. Like when I was there, we played catch a little bit. So he's like, I've caught his ball before. I know what it feels like.
You sure you can't get him to London by himself? All right.
Shad could.
Yes, he could. We'll give you a final score prediction coming up, but let's say hello to Helmets and Heels.
Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Injury Care Centers, the exclusive provider of BioTarget regenerative therapy for pain. Visit GoBioTarget.com for a location near you.
All right, Taylor Dahl, good morning.
Good morning.
We have answers. I don't know if any of them are the right ones or whether or not they're going to, take our advice. But if there's one thing the Jags need to do to beat the Patriots this week, what's the top list on your item on your list?
Oh, I am going to, there's a long list of things that I could say. I think I want to just say run the ball and stick with running the ball. It's one of your best traits so far offensively, and when you are able to do that, especially with Tank, I've seen a lot of breakdowns and a lot of people saying why do they feel like they need to make this a pass-heavy offense in certain moments when it's just not at the moment. So to me, I think take advantage of that. I heard Tony, and I was kind of laughing. He said they don't have a good pass defense or run defense, so you can take advantage in both aspects, but your stronger suit on the offense right now is running the ball, so just lean into that.
All right, what do you have coming up on Heels?
We have a lot. We'll talk about, obviously, the Jags-Pats game, kind of preview that. We will also make picks, some other games around the NFL and in college football, a lot of good college football games this weekend, so we'll talk about those, and so I'll have my tangent that is also kind of springing off of some of this Trevor Lawrence conversation, too.
All right, have a great show.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend. Taylor
You
Dahl
too.
with Helmets and Heels coming your way next. I'll go Jags 27-26. That yours?
No, Tommy, I wrote it down. So he can't say I didn't write it down. I wrote down 27-25.
Right. Yeah, I don't have as much confidence in the Jags defense as Tony does this week. I think they'll give them 26. I did. I'm like, I don't know. I had them on the 1-point line.
Yeah.
I'm not confident they're going to win this game at all. At all. I can absolutely see Drake May throwing for 317 and 3 touchdowns.
Oh, God.
I really could, Tom. He threw for 3 last week in his first. And now I think it's more of an advantage for him.
Why would you not have confidence any quarterback can do that right now against this team?
They can.
Well, and the big issue is their offensive line is horrible. But where have we heard that before?
Yeah.
Cleveland's offensive line is horrible.
Right.
Did we get after Deshaun Watson? Not nearly like other teams have done this year.
Right.
So you got 27-25.
I do.
He's trying to undercut me by $1 over here.
The price is right, Bob. No, I'm going to go 20-10 Jags. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game at all. And like what did Doug say earlier in the week? You score 20, that's going to win. First one at 20.
Yeah,
so
I mean, I don't know.
Score,
right now, I don't trust them to hold anybody under 20. So, or certainly not to 10.
They're only average. Well, it's with Drake. It's a different quarterback, right? Before him, they were only averaging what, 14 points a game, 13.
Right, but they haven't played us.
True. It's clicking, Mike. It's all coming together this week. Trust me. It's all coming together. This is the week we go on a run.
All right. Tommy Mack, have a good weekend.
You too.
Dad Bod's coming back soon. And
Not till November. 9th, Beach Bowl.
That's soon.
That's soon enough.
Yeah, soon enough. We'll be rooting on the Jags this weekend. For Tony Smith, good luck with bowls tonight. For Dylan Denmark, good luck to Rebolt tonight. I am Mike Dempsey. That'll do it for Jaguars today. We'll talk to you on game day with the full lineup kicking off with the Publix Tailgate Show at 6:30 a.m. This has been Jaguars Today, hopefully celebrating a victory Monday next week on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Swung